All right, we are recording. Welcome everybody. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. I'm so excited to be on here with y'all. We're just so excited, just to share a little bit about Arbonne, whether you have heard of Arbonne before or you're like me and you thought that it was called Arbonne. Wherever you are, we are just so excited to be sharing with you just why we chose Arbonne and why you should choose Arbonne, because I truly believe Arbonne is for everybody, whether it's just the really awesome products or it's the business, or if it's simply just having a community that you can just be yourself in and really and truly become the best version of yourself. So I'm just super honored to be on here and share this with you, because somebody thought highly enough of you to invite you on here and listen to this video. So that's just a really big compliment, because most of the time consultants join because they know that it would be selfish to keep this gift in themselves. So if somebody has offered to share this gift with you, I would just really take that as a compliment. And so it's an honor and a privilege for Blair and I to get to be the ones to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce Blair, who's also on here. She is my sweet, sweet friend, and I truly just don't know what I would do without her, and I wouldn't know her if it weren't for Arbonne. So I can't talk about that too much, or I'll shed a few tears, and we're not doing that because my mascara is not waterproof. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let Blair share her story with Arbonne, and she is just a life breather and a life speaker. And before Arbonne, y'all, I did not know that. I didn't know what speaking life was. I didn't know what positive affirmations were. And I didn't know that I needed a Blair Curtis in my life. And I am so thankful that God sent me her, because I would truly be so much different if I did not have her. So without further ado, I'm going to let Blair take it over for just a second. She is a regional vice president with Arbonne, and I love her dearly.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, you weren't supposed to say all that because I was like squeezing my butt cheek so I didn't cry. But yes, you were so right. I'm so glad that you brought up the point that we did not know each other prior to Arbonne. And honestly, I thought that when I started this business 6 years ago that I would only do business with people that I knew. Thank you, Lord, for sending divine appointments and incredible people into my life in crazy situations, because I love who I work with and I love what we do. And so I'm so honored that you asked me to do this, Emily, because you're just a millennial who is kicking tail in this business. And I can't wait for you to share your part of the story, but I'll share mine quickly. And that is that 6 years ago, this gift of Arbonne came into my life. And honestly, I was a full-time school teacher, and every teacher that I worked with was honestly doing something for an extra stream of income. And what the person didn't know that introduced me to Arbonne was that I secretly was looking for an extra stream of income because my husband and I were trying to expand our family. So I had a precious baby girl. I was a full-time school teacher. And honestly, I wanted to be a present mom, but I knew that I needed the income that I was bringing in as a school teacher. And I just didn't see another way to double that income, or to even like just to make that income, because I didn't have a whole lot of extra time. So definitely had some fears and hesitations. But when I heard the opportunity 6 years ago, I knew that this could be a vehicle just to give us some extra income to set aside for either adoption or fertility. So I literally joined this business not only for the amazing products, but the business opportunity made so much sense to me. It's so stinking smart. And so what I didn't realize was that, working as a school teacher, I worked so many hours that so many people didn't see. And so therefore I thought, where in the world would I fit something like this into my life? And I'm so grateful that we have a system for success, and that I have mentors who have shown me that we all have 40 minutes in a day, right? It's just how we use our time wisely. And so in 7 months of using my time wisely and jumping into this business and sharing it much like we're doing now, business on top, PJ pants on bottom, in 7 months, I was actually able to replace my salary as a school teacher. So, that was life-changing, not only for my family, but just for me personally, because I didn't dream big as a school teacher. I didn't know that there were other possibilities out there. So I'm so grateful that somebody shared this, opportunity with me. And, I'll go back to, yes, I had heard about the Arbonne products, and I had heard about the Arbonne 30 Days to Healthy Living through my OBGYN. And so I knew that if he was speaking highly of the products, that the products had to be incredible. But I don't know how many of you out there are like, well, I watch people who do Arbonne. I see the fun things that they do. Like, I long to be in a community. Like, that secretly is probably the number one reason why I joined this business. Because I'm not from the town that I live in. And I don't know about you, but I think everybody has Make Me Feel Important on their forehead. And to just know that I could be a part of something so much bigger and a community that was so supportive, I was all in right then and there. And so, I love this quote by Ashley Strong. I have to share it. She says that the products changed her health, but the business changed her life. And that is so true. The products did change my health. I was able to lose weight off on the 30 Days Healthy Living. Not only that, but I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. And so I was able to learn how to function internally by bringing in certain foods and taking certain foods out. And our program is so smart. It teaches that. And so, yes, the products did change my health, but the business truly changed my life. And that is the best product that Arbonne has to offer, no doubt. And so, when I think about what has Arbonne done for me, oh my gosh, I could just list things on. I could just go on and on and on. Number one, what has Arbonne done for me? I was introduced to Emily Seitzinger, and we are like, oh my gosh, you're like my other daughter, AKA my sister. We just don't fight like sisters. So, truly, that's what Arbonne has done for me. It's brought me a community of people who love me, support me, and who challenge me. Like, you challenge me to be a better version of myself. And I adore you for that. But, replacing my salary in 7 months, that was something that I didn't even think was possible. Giving us options for an early retirement, like, honestly, I thought, well, I'll do this for a year and kind of see where we are. But in 7 months, I'd replaced the salary of a school teacher. So I thought, why the heck not? Why not put myself all in and just go for it and see where we go from there? Also, I talked about struggling with fertility. It actually helped us fund IVF. And so we have a precious baby girl. I call her my IVF miracle. She keeps me on my toes. She is a pistol. But, life throws us curveballs, and, sometimes they're good changes and sometimes they're not. But we had an excellent and awesome surprise come our way. And that was a precious baby boy right after Livingston was born. And I thank God for Arbonne, because we didn't have to worry about maternity leave. We didn't have to worry about daycare or where our children would go. I knew that I could be a fully present mom, making an incredible income, actually well over what I was making as a school teacher, and to just share this with other people. So, it just has introduced me to my forever friends, and I'm so, so, so thankful for this opportunity. And Emily, I know that it has done so much for you. So I cannot wait for you to share your part of this incredible journey. And thank you for just letting me share mine. I'm honored.
Well, I'm honored too. I think we just are both super thankful for each other. But so, how I was actually introduced to Arbonne was not by Blair, but somebody that Blair had introduced it to. And so, my friend that introduced me to Arbonne had a little get together in her dorm room. And if I'm being super honest with y'all, I went because I felt so bad for her. I was like, oh, she does one of those things that every other woman in the South does, and she probably doesn't have that much success with it. But I need friends, and because I went to a school where I knew nobody. And so I went and I walked down the 2 flights of stairs that it took to get me to her dorm room. And I immediately knew that it was something that I wanted to be a part of. And what first caught my eye was that she told me about Arbonne's ingredient policy. So if you don't know like who Arbonne actually is, they are a health and wellness company, and they've been around for almost 40 years. So they're not a ground floor company. They know what they're doing, and they're pretty darn good at it. And so I was struggling with a gluten allergy and a dairy allergy. So I had been reading labels for quite a while, and I understood how hard it was to find products that had a super strict ingredient policy. So whenever I turned over the label on Arbonne and saw that they were certified vegan, which I'm not vegan, but that means that they're dairy free, they were gluten free, they were hypoallergenic. That was a huge deal to me because I was struggling big time to fuel my body how it needed to be fueled, and it was starting to take a toll on my health. So within my first semester, I was sick almost every week. I had terrible mood swings in addition to transitioning 4 hours away from home. My skin was terrible. I was struggling really bad with eczema and acne. Um, I did gain weight. I was taking naps after every class, and all of those things just kind of built up, and I was not feeling like myself. And I wasn't able to put the energy that I needed into my studies, into being present with my friends, even being present with my family. And so I knew that Arbonne was for me because the 30 Days to Healthy Living program was all about getting healthy from the inside out. So, yes, I did want to lose, the freshman 9 that I had gained, but I was more interested in feeling better. And I knew that if I focused on my gut health, then everything else would fall into place. I just didn't know where to start. So I started with Arbonne's 30 Days to Healthy Living, but I actually waited about 4 months to join Arbonne. And that was probably like my biggest regret. And one of that, if I would have never said yes, that would have been the most expensive decision of my life, because I was also about to get tonsil surgery, and didn't have to get my tonsils out because I got healthy. And so whenever people tell me that Arbonne's nutrition is expensive, I tell them that getting your tonsils out is expensive. I did the 30 Days Healthy Living. And also, I did it in a dorm with only a microwave and a mini fridge. So that's my other thing that I tell people. If I can do this in a dorm room, anybody can do this, because within the first week, all those symptoms had started to go away. And another friend was doing it with me at the time, and she was diabetic, and she was actually able to regulate her blood sugar, and she had lost some weight. And so it was just a moment where I was like, if this has helped us so much, how selfish of it would it be of me to not share this with others? So I had already signed up as a consultant because I saw how smart it was to have the better discount. But after I experienced what it had done for me and what it did for my skin months later, too, whenever I was struggling with cystic acne, I dove in feet first to being a consultant. I had let fear hold me back for too long. And so I was just immersed in the best community, and I was coachable, and I listened to everything that Blair told me. And I quickly promoted to the first level, where you make an extra $200 to $800 a month. And that for me was truly life changing, just that small amount, because it seemed really big to me at the time. But now Arbonne has allowed me to dream even bigger than that. And because Arbonne helps me cover my needs, then I have extra because others need my extra. And that's not something that I thought about before Arbonne. I, you know, I had causes on my heart that I cared about and were passionate about, but I didn't have a vehicle to get there, or at least I didn't think I did, because I thought that I would have to go to school for 4 more years till I got a degree to start helping people. And Arbonne gave me a vehicle to just love and serve people. So and I always kind of joke that I wasn't praying for Arbonne, but I was praying for a way to make extra money, just because I wanted to take some of that burden off, and I wanted to do more, because when we have more and we are more, we can be more and we can give more. And so I wasn't praying for Arbonne, but that's how God answered that prayer. And so I just knew that I didn't want to be a slave to the clock. And Arbonne's not my only passion. I have lots of other passions, but Arbonne is always going to be that vehicle for me to do those other things. So since then, it's just allowed me to dream so big. It's allowed me to have a plan to get to those dreams, and it's allowed me to give that gift away. So, whether you are just wanting more time with your family, or more time to be present with those that you love, or maybe you do need an extra $1,000 a month. It's so crazy because I'm 20 years old, and I'm about to have to write a will, because if anything were to happen to me, Arbonne is going to take care of whoever I will my business to. I don't have, my own family yet, so I guess my parents will get my business, but that's just how much Arbonne cares. The community of Arbonne truly makes this company unlike any other. And the support that everybody gets in Arbonne is just, it's just not like anything else I've ever been around. So I'm just so passionate about sharing this gift, and I just cannot wait to keep giving it away. And so I'm so thankful that you all have just given us a little bit of your time just to listen about how what a gift Arbonne is. So if you have any questions at all, or maybe you're still super skeptic like I was, because I was honestly super close-minded until I just took off those blinders and saw what a gift this was. So Blair, I'll let you kind of close
Yeah.
it out.
That was so awesome. Yeah, and I forgot to mention that. And I say I replaced my salary in 7 months. I wasn't a regional vice president in 7 months. I was just an area manager, and that's the level right after district manager. But y'all, that's life-changing money. Like, you can replace a full salary just at the area manager level, just at the second level. And so, don't think that you have to wait until you're a regional vice president and drive a free white Mercedes to make an impact, not only in your life, but in the life of others. Like, yes, there are levels and titles, but I think right away the community will just surround you and show you that, um, you know, it doesn't really matter where you are in this business. You're going to impact lives and change so many lives. But also, if you're looking at this opportunity, I'm sure that, maybe you have fears or hesitations that run through your mind, because Emily and I both had those fears and hesitations. I, talked about how in the world would I fit this into my busy life. So, not having enough time was, a fear of mine, a huge fear of mine that I am, I still struggle with because I'm human, is the opinions of others. Like, oh my gosh, so-and-so is going to say that I'm doing one of those things with those people. And so, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful that I let go of the ego and put that selfish thought aside, and not only thought about myself, but, what if for so many other people? Because honestly, Emily, when someone asks the question, like, if you keep doing what you're doing, where will you be in the next 5 years? That question stopped me in my tracks, because I knew that I wanted change. I didn't know how to come about that change, but in order to have something different, you must do something different. And I honestly saw myself, like, this sounds so crazy, but I was teaching in a classroom. I just saw the walls of the classroom getting smaller and smaller and smaller in 5 years. And I thought, but I can't be confined by four walls of a classroom. I'm called to teach, but I just felt a bigger calling. And that sounds so silly, but I'm still teaching. I'm teaching, people how to change their health. I'm teaching people how to change their wealth, or both. And maybe you're thinking, oh my gosh, well, I'm not a salesperson. Well, neither am I. And I didn't want to be one of those people who, people ran from in Kroger. But you don't have to be a salesperson. The products sell themselves because they're that amazing, and they have a 45-day money back guarantee. So people literally have nothing to lose. I mean, I just have learned to dream bigger. And I'm so grateful that when that question was asked to me, I just refused to live small. And so I'm still growing in this business and growing as a person, because I'm just human and have fears and hesitations like everybody else. But, instead of thinking, what if this doesn't work? Like $49, like, what if this doesn't work? I started a business for $49. Think about, what if $49 did work? Like, how could it change your life? But more importantly, like, when you pray and when you dream, like, are your goals and are your dreams, if they were to all come true, are they just going to benefit your life? Or are your dreams and your prayers, if they come true, are they going to benefit the lives of everyone, of others? Because that's what the vehicle of Arbonne can do. And I just want you to know that if you are watching this, if you are intrigued, if you have the slightest tug in your heart and think, wow, like, they speak incredible, they're incredible, of course they're great at this business, don't be fooled. We get armpit sweat just like everybody else, and we are just learning and growing as we go, but you have a place here. And so if you feel, the tug, or you feel nervous, or you can't sleep tonight, or whenever, or you can't stop thinking about it, just know that you have a place here. And you are welcomed here. And we would love to have you in this community. And we can't wait to either share more information with you or help you get started and let you be a life changer like we are able to do. So thanks so much. That was so fun, Emily.
Yay! Just drop the mic right there. You ended that awesome. I don't think I can add anything else. Well, I could talk all night about Arbonne, but
Sure,
we won't, so.
we will. Thank you for asking me to do this. You're
Thank
precious.
you. Okay, well, I am going to end the meeting. Thank y'all so much for hopping on. My prayers that you, whether you know about Arbonne or this was your first time, my prayers that you just felt hope tonight and maybe you learned something new, and you can just start tomorrow with new morning mercies every single day. So thank you all.
Okay, bye.
Bye.